We can see, the chemistry going on between you. Let's see what happens when we add two more people into the scene. So he's going to wave over these two other people. What are your names again? He's asking, and what do the characters look like? AJ and Jordan.
What do we look like, AJ? You first.
Is Jordan gonna look like AJ and AJ's gonna look like Jordan?
Yes.
AJ, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
And Jordan to say.
All right.
I am playing the character Wanda.
And, I'm playing Cosmo.
Cosmo. Okay. So AJ's character is female, Jordan's character is male, and they are auditioning. So Jordan is going to be the husband, and AJ's character is going to be the wife, Wanda, and Cosmo and Wanda are Tim's parents. Now, Tim's parents don't know that he's living with a wizard, that his roommate is a wizard. And Tim's parents are kind of iffy about the whole wizard thing. So Tim may try to hide some of the things that are going around. But all these magical things keep happening with Morpheus in the room. So let's set up the scene. So to start, Cosmo and Wanda are off stage, and we can have both Morpheus and Tim chilling in the living room.
No, look, he's throwing the football to the wide receiver, and when you catch it and get it touched, the Jets never win, but that they're supposed to do that. That's what they're trying to do.
That's like the joke that they never win.
Yeah, well, I want them to win. They're my favorite team, but we haven't had a team since the 90s, and now all of a sudden we can't win a game to save our lives.
Why don't they just use a broom and catch the football while it's on the air?
You can't just use a broom, man. You gotta run. Where's the athleticism in that? Where's the spectacular moments in just riding a broom?
Oh, you should see all the injuries I have, of bludgers just coming, boom! It gets really crazy. Once I dropped from 100 feet, I was gonna die. So
What's a bludger?
Military sports are 100 times better than Marvel sports.
What's a bludger? And how many do you got? 2, 3? I'll get it.
Timmy, it's your mama.
I think I know who's getting a job during this audition.
Timothy's gonna go to Morpheus.
Wait, Morpheus is going to grab Tim and be like,
Morpheus. I need you to listen.
Timmy, let us in.
My parents are here. My parents are here. They don't know you're a wizard, all right? I need you to pretend to be normal for just a day.
the cauldron! He's going to put
the cauldron out. I'm gonna go open the door. Get your owl out of here. Hide your broom. I gotta go let them in. Hello. Hey, they're from Mississippi, all right? They won't understand.
Cosmo.
Morpheus is going to run at the cauldron and chug it down the window. And you're gonna hear a splash and
Timmy.
All right. Tim will go. Tim will go and answer the door. Mom, Dad.
Son.
She'll give him a big kiss on the cheek, leaving a nice bright pink lipstick mark.
Yeah, Mom, that never gets old.
Did you get a real job?
Well, Dad, I actually, no, I didn't get a real job. Yeah, I'm actually doing this thing. I'm driving Uber right now, and I also do, Uber Eats on the side.
I am so disappointed.
Thanks, Dad.
In that moment, Morpheus is going to re-enter the room and be like, "Honey, come back to bed."
Who the hell was that?
And Murphy's
That is
going
my
to step out.
roommate.
Hello, I am Team's roommate. Morpheus.
Mom, Dad, this is my roommate, Morpheus. You can use your real name, buddy.
Does he have a real job?
Does he have a real job? Yeah, actually, he's what do you do again, Morpheus?
Biology.
He's a biology teacher, yes, at the local high school.
Oh, how interesting. I am also a biology teacher. Which high school do you teach at?
I forgot. My dad was a biology teacher.
That Simpton School.
Oh, amazing. I haven't seen you there. That's high school I teach at.
Oh, you know, this is schedule.
He's a substitute teacher. Come on in. Just come on in. He's a substitute teacher. He doesn't stop there all the time.
I don't know you, but I like you already.
Mom, how was
Meanwhile,
travel?
Wanda's walking around the kitchen. She's grabbed a towel and she's like wiping things up. Tim, you've always left your place a mess. But Morpheus, it's nice to meet you. Your name is very exotic. She'll keep cleaning.
Oh, yes. I am not from here.
Morpheus. He's gonna you don't have to put on an accent, Morpheus. Just talk like yourself. Just talk like yourself, please.
Okay, I got you. This is how I talk.
Something wrong with your face, boy. Why are you talking like that?
Wanda whispers to Cosmo, I think he's special.
I thought he was an immigrant.
She's from Mississippi. He's from Mississippi. So.
You told me I was from Mississippi.
Well, but Mom, Dad, what are you guys doing here?
Well, we were just in town. We thought we'd stop by for a visit.
Excellent. No text or call, so I could have got the place together and maybe have the roommate go watch a movie or something.
I just came here to tell you how good your brother Danny is doing, and that you should be more like him.
Danny is
no.
doing great.
He is doing very good. The Uber, it brings happiness and food to everyone.
You know what? When you put it like that, yeah, I do, Dad. I bring happiness and food to everyone.
How's the paycheck?
You should be proud of what he's doing.
You should be proud of what I'm doing.
His dream of becoming a musician.
Now, Cosmo, he already struggles with self-esteem.
What was that about self-esteem? He says very loudly.
Well, thank you guys for coming, and especially you, Dad.
Wait, we haven't watched the game yet. You're not still a Jets supporter, are you?
Dad, I've loved the Jets since I was like 9. Why would I not like the Jets anymore?
Oh, yes,
Probably
the Jets.
They haven't won a game.
I love when they lose.
Can I say that in her cleaning, Wanda comes across something she doesn't recognize, maybe?
Yeah. So she'll find. What do you think she'll find, AJ? What object? Or
maybe there was like under a piece of laundry there was like a quaffle, and she'll pick this up and she'll say, I think your soccer ball's broken.
Yeah.
No, that's my exercise ball. And he will take it and he will be like,
show me how it works. I've got to show the ladies' exercise group. This looks like something new. Show me how it works.
Okay. You put it outside, and you put it back in, and you put it right outside, and wait. You do the hokey pokey.
Oh, yes, I know.
the producer will say, and at that moment, while Morpheus is moving around, his wand falls out of his pocket and clanks onto the floor.
What is this?
Oh,
Honey, call the police.
She'll pick it up.
Oh, that's my
Timmy.
It's a prop. Yeah, we're like trying to become actors. This is a prop. We're supposed to, I don't know, be like wizards or something, right? It's gonna be something crazy.
Yeah, totally,
Wizards.
totally.
Wizards. You know how much I hate wizards.
Well, yeah, Dad, maybe if you met a few good wizards in your life, you change your opinion.
Well, back in my day, we hung witches.
Don't.
This just
Okay.
got
And
dark.
at that point, the crowd goes,
The
"Ooh."
producers and that are like, oh snap! Like this just took a turn.
Okay, mister.
Sorry, I'm a drummer.
Witch hunting was a horrible event, and it should never have happened.
Turner. You didn't think about it. Thought the joke would end there. So, Cosmo's just gonna be like, so you're not a wizard, right?
Me?
You know
A
what?
wizard?
Yes, he is a wizard. And he's my roommate, and he's my best friend. And if you two have a problem with him, you guys can leave.
Honey, call the cops.
Well, I mean, I did kind of like those like exercise moves he was doing. Maybe they're not all that bad, and she'll take the
Yes,
cloth
but he's
and
a wizard.
start doing the hokey pokey.
No,
there you
stop
go.
it.
Yes.
Look what you've done. You've hexed my wife. Now I have to do medical.
Text anybody? If I hex you, it could be like this, and he's gonna do like a magic trick, and he's gonna start dancing.
I have a sudden
Starts
urge to
dancing.
dance.
So that there's a dance. We all just dance out the scene.
It's like, but this
Scene
other
and
dude is
dancing.
He's like white boy dancing.
White
Yeah.
boy
Yeah,
dance.
he's like white boy dancing.
He's like Jordan dancing, so very good. He's Jordan dancing.
Yeah, but your dad knows how to dance.
Yeah,
This
please
is actually
forgive
really
my
fun.
son. Don't worry. Soon, all of them will die off, and we won't have to worry about that anymore.
Can I stop dancing now?
Yeah.
As soon as Tim says that, the producer's okay. See. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. Don't call us. We'll call you, and etc. 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 So, so the results is the woman who plays Wanda, they loved, had great comedic timing.
Yes.
So they initially wanted Wanda to just be like a semi-appearing side character, but they might actually make her a regular like supporting character. The mom of Tim. So yeah, Clef did a decent job with Tim. They're probably going to be like, doing a few more auditions just to make sure. But Juan will manage to land the one of the starring roles of Morpheus, and
Nice.
that will be one of the very first projects that he ends up doing, and he actually becomes very successful. The show is a hit.
Well,
Wanda always steals the show, but
Yeah, Wanda steals the show.
back to adult films for Tim.
I'm an aerobics instructor, is what
Yeah,
Juan
yes.
says to everyone when they ask what he does.
and he actually becomes a household name in amongst wizards and muggles alike. So Juan ends up becoming very successful. We will jump a few more years, and this is going to be Aika and Roxana's wedding.
Guys,
She remembered her wedding. Great.
great, I'm gonna remember this one, guys.
So, Roxana, I know, wanted to keep things very simple. I think she really wanted to elope, which Aika's open to. However, his mom insisted on at least, at minimum, having some sort of like reception, party, something to celebrate with the family, or whatever. So, would you have at least been able to negotiate something, like at least some sort of social gathering?
She would have. She would want her friends to be there. She would have invited Albion and Flynn She would have invited Chessa and her children. She would have invited Juan and any plus ones he wants to bring. Just a +1, not a +2. Juan.
Okay.
Ladies and Jesus, don't show up at my wedding with one girl on each arm. And she would have invited. I think she would have invited all the Zodiac, the living Zodiac champions.
Okay.
And their +1s. They have them. Oh, and my family too.
One thing I will say, Juan, is as soon as the war ended, Austera kind of disappeared out of the picture. Any attempts you make to try to reach out or contact her has led to busy signals or just no response. So by this point, you have no idea what happened to her, but she just kind of went MIA, missing in action. To set up the scene, in Moroccan tradition weddings, the bride gets henna tattooed down their arms. This beautiful, beautiful, intricate inked tattoos. And you guys will ride in to the ceremony on the back of isn't there, like in the Wiz Beasts and Magical Beasts, isn't there like an elephant looking creature?
Yeah, it's got like, it kind of like can blow
Definitely.
Like, on its head. I forget what it's called, but
Could you describe Roxana's wedding dress?
Roxana doesn't wear dresses.
Okay. Or her
Roxana-
outfit, her wedding outfit.
Roxana is wearing a like a one-piece sort of thing, and it actually kind of has like a little bit of a cape on it as well, which serves as her train. It's very, very simple, plain white, no embellishments. Her hair is still long at this point. I will say Natasha has put it up, like actually in a high bun, and that she's got like cute little curls coming down around her face. And she's just got a very simple bouquet of these African daisies.
Beautiful. Who is in your wedding party, Roxana?
Well, here's the thing. Now, I would have invited Tritessa and Toby, would they have politely declined?
Tritessa will not decline. She said that she will come and she will try to bring Toby, but she will say she can't promise anything.
Yeah.
So
She would have tried to have him as her man of honor, but that probably wouldn't work out. So that would go to Natasha. Natasha would be her maid of honor. She would have extended for the other like positions. She would have extended that to Albion and Juan to be in her bridal party.
those two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yay! You guys are my bridesmaids.
yay. The role I was destined to be in.
Aika is going to have Kwame. If you remember, Kwame was in Juan's initiation,
His brother.
class, right? His younger brother. Kwame is going to be Aika's best man. In addition to, I'm going to say, he's made a lot of friends over the years, but he got really tight with the Zodiac. The Zodiac members. So he's actually going to have Finn and Chance as his groomsmen as well. So
Chance got to be a groomsman
I know.
at my wedding.
At your wedding.
That's so crazy.
And Albion and Juan is going to be on your side. Okay. So do you want to describe for me what the groomsmen and maidsmen, groomsmen and bridesmaids, what their outfits, what's the color scheme?
It's actually like all white. So I would imagine it's an outdoor wedding, overlooking like a beautiful savanna landscape, and it's kind of like on a pavilion sort of thing. And the all the men in the bridal party and the groomsmen would be wearing these very simple white suits, probably with no tie or bow tie or anything like that, just very simple white. And Natasha, who I believe is the only girl in the bridal party, she will be wearing a very simple white cocktail dress that kind of goes like with the neckline that Roxy has. And I will say Aika pretty much has the same suit as the men have, but he has a tie. Maybe because he's dramatic, he has like one of those things with like a tail, like those coats that have the tail on it kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah.
Do you care about the location? Because Aika has an idea for location, but do you have something in mind specifically for location of this wedding?
Seeing as though the wedding is in Africa, she would leave that to him. So
this might sound weird, but Aika will assure you that it's going to be beautiful, even though it may sound a little weird. Since Aika comes from House Ngaziwa, which is the House of the Swamp, he knows of a place that is a swamp area, but it's actually very picturesque. So like, it's a little weird, but the way that they have it decorated and the way that the I guess the sounds of the animals and the bubbling of the swamp gives it a very interesting like white noise that actually is a little pleasant. And there's like dozens and dozens of beautiful flowers that maybe Aika asked for help from Albion with. But
oh yeah, he was head of that for sure.
But this is this swamp also is the place where his grandmother grew up, so it has a lot of family history there, and so that's one of the reasons why location-wise it's important to him. But a lot of the guests, again, they think it's a little, unconventional, but they're like, but there's some charm to this. It's nice. I kind of like it. It's nice. It's very different. Yeah, like wedding in the bayous, kind of. So,
if the sun starts to go down, you can be surrounded by fireflies or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like fireflies.
Beautiful.
Like sort of like how I would picture Tiana from The Princess and the Frog's like wedding to be kind of like. So, anyway, the officiant is going to be Professor Zuberi, and he gives a very awesome ceremony, and now it comes time to do the vows.
Oh boy.
So Zuberi will say, will say, if you could please give your vows, starting with Aika. So Aika is going to grab a hold of both of Roxy's hands, and he's going to look at you, and he will say, Roxana, my dear Piglet, he says. And when he says that, a lot of people in the congregation laugh. Piglet?
She kind of goes like,
You and I have been through a lot, and Lord knows that the last several years have been very trying for us all, not just the two of us. But throughout it, you have stayed by my side, and I have stayed by yours. And despite all of the hardships, we have kept each other strong. We have kept each other safe. I do not think that anything dramatic is going to change because of this ceremony, because all I know is that I am madly in love with you. I have been madly in love with you ever since we were back in school. And I promise to you that I will do everything in my power to respect you, to honor you, to care for you, never asking for anything in return, but to give you my full heart and my love. All my secrets are yours. Just as all secrets that you give to me, I will protect to the last breath of my life. Roxana, today is just the beginning of new secrets that we will make together. And I am looking so forward to whatever comes next.
Aw, man, that was sweet.
That was sweet. He's so romantic.
Roxana has like her pointed love ears going off at the moment as he's talking to her. And she actually will have a tear go down her cheek as well as he's talking to her. And when he's finished, she'll go, well, my speech is not going to be as good.
The congregation laughs a little bit.
Just be prepared for that. You know, a lot of people, I've met a lot of people in my life. A lot of people that I've been honored to call my friends and family. But when I first met you, I think you were the first person that I ever met that I didn't know what to expect from. And that's the best thing about us. Like, it feels like every day is a new adventure. Like, I'm discovering more things, and we all know that I can have a freak out, that I can get upset a lot and get angry a lot. But I always have you to balance me out. You're always so calm and you always know what to do. And I really admire that. And she actually kind of chokes up a little bit here. And I love you so much. And I've never loved anybody like I love you. And I want today to be the day that I let everybody know that we're going to stand the test of time and we're going to be together. Always looking after each other. So, enough of that mushy stuff. Let's get the show on the road. Let's get married. All that good stuff.
Just as a small detail, during the vows, Finn actually moves over to grab a hold of Albion's hand while they're giving their vows. I don't know if Albion accepts it or not, but he tries to be subtle with it. What do you do?
Is Augustus Mermont in the crowd?
Was Augustus Mermont invited?
I mean, yes, she would have.
She would have?
I will say yeah, because he did her a favor. So she would extend the invitation, but not think he would show up.
Roll me a D2.
Oh my God.
One, he shows... Well, you call it. Which one means he shows up, which one means he doesn't show up?
I'll say 2.
2? 2 he shows up? Okay.
Yeah, 2 he shows
All right.
I'm sorry, AJ.
Augustus Mermont is...
Okay.
So it's Augustus, Albion, and Finn. And Finn is very discreetly moving to take a hold of Albion's hand, but I don't know if Albion does at that point. Augustus doesn't seem to be paying attention. He seems to be more paying attention to... He's looking straight forward, so...
Yeah, he would let him.
Okay. All right. The rest of the festivities, the ceremony continues without a hitch. It is a beautiful, beautiful ceremony. And then Professor Zuveri says, "By the power invested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss."
Ew.
Yay!
And then she
cheers.
kisses it.
Huge celebration. They continue on with the reception. I'm gonna say that there's a very special, table set up just for the newlyweds. And I'm gonna say that Albion, Juan, Chessa, Finn, and actually pretty much all of the living Zodiac guests are around the table right now. Chessa has Luke and Leia. Right now, Leia is fussing a little bit, and so Chessa had Luke in her arms, and she was saying, turning towards Juan and Albion, and says, "Could one of you please hold him for a sec for me?"
Oh.
Juan would do it, but I'm sure Albion wants to do it more. So, Albion, it's up to you.
How old is Luke at this point?
He's 1 year old.
Okay, I thought you said a couple years. So okay.
He's 1 year old. So he's making noises. He probably has said his. I'm gonna say that Luke has probably been an early bloomer in talking, so he's actually been able to speak some words. Leia has developed more physically faster, so she walked before Luke did, but Luke started talking before Leia did.
I would say to Juan, oh no, go ahead, Juan. I'm actually looking for my father. I need to talk to him.
Oh, sure. And Juan will take a look in his hands and just look at him. He will say, Chessa, "Well, he looks just like you."
"Thank you," she said. He definitely seems to take in after me quite a bit. And with that, she picks up Leia and she starts taking a bottle out and starts to feed Leia. "Shh, it's okay, sweetheart. It's all right. I'm gonna let you eat so that mommy can maybe have a bite to eat too," she says. She looks very tired and exhausted.
Luke's gonna tug on Juan's pant leg, cover his ear and be like, "Loud. Loud."
He's going to be shh, and just take him and be like, the place is too loud for the baby. I'm gonna take him somewhere quieter, if that's okay.
Chessa says, "That's fine. Just if I could ask, just stay within my line of sight, please."
Yeah, no worries.
You'd probably follow Juan. He's a good kid. So.
Oh, I love him.
He is now my son.
I'm actually going to take him to Roxana. If that's within the line of sight of Chessa.
Sure. So Roxana and Aika are enjoying their meal, but you certainly can go up to them.
Ajika, congratulations. Look who came by to say hello. He will show Luke.
"This must be little Luke," Aika says. "Hi, Luke," he says as he's waving at him.
Aika.
Oh, he knows his name.
He knows my name. "Well, little Luke," he says, "just for that, I am going to make something very special for you one day."
Oh, I know what this is.
Look. Say Juan.
Juan.
Yes! I love babies.
Okay.
Rivera.
He's smart.
Wow, he's smart.
Oh my god, my pencils fell down.
I thought your light bulb just exploded.
Pencils.
I'm really good at magic. I just did that with my little Luke brain.
He's real smart.
Luke was so
Force is
cute
strong.
that he the force is strong.
The force is strong in Luke, yes.
Oh my god. I'll clean that in the morning. It's fine. But Roxana, how many times have I seen Luke? Out of curiosity, just gonna dictate what I do next.
That's up to you. Chessa's not going to be shy about asking for help for babysitting. So,
Brandon, would you mind if I said I've seen you a fair bit?
Yeah, that's fine. All of you. I would like for all of you to at least know them for a while.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I love him.
Roxana, if Luke allows it, she's gonna stand up and she's actually gonna kind of do the baby thing where you pick him up and you kind of toss him in the air and catch him.
Hey, Roxana, be careful. He's
Oh, look, he loves
small.
it. Don't shake the baby.
Did you look? She's not being an evil aunt, Luke?
He's a little bit scared because he's not like Leia. Leia would probably love this, but Luke is probably a little scared of this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Roxana, put him down.
The other one that liked it. Whoops, daisy. I shook the baby.
Be careful with baby.
I know just the thing to cheer him up. God, I hope this works, otherwise this is gonna be really hilarious.
What do you do?
Who's a tickly boy? She's gonna tickle him.
Luke is not happy. Luke hates
Oh my
drugs.
god, I did.
No, Roxanne, that's it. Leave Luke alone.
Yeah, Luke is actually gonna like grab on to Juan's leg.
Oh
Like-
no, Roxana, that's it. Do
I
not
wanted
make
to play with the baby.
any baby unhappy while I'm here.
Oh. Well,
Learn to be a good aunt. Right, Luke? This is the best boy. I fucking love babies.
the other one likes it when I toss her in the air.
Well, Luke and Leia are two different people. One became a Jedi, the other didn't.
Wait a minute, isn't Luke the Jedi though? I don't remember. It's
Doesn't
been so
matter.
long. I don't remember the movie.
How do you don't remember the movie? I watch the trilogy at least once a week. It's really good.
Luke looks up at Juan and says, Star Wars?
Star Wars. See, he loves Star Wars like he's. Ah, you're a beautiful kid, Luke.
Does Luke like it when I do the pig nose thing? I want this kid to like me.
Do it.
Yeah, when you're
You
not
might like
touching, when you're not touching him, it's fine. And
Okay,
throwing
okay.
him around and
Don't touch him.
She's gonna crouch and she's gonna say, "I'm really sorry about that, but I got something that might cheer you up. You ready? I'm gonna do the pig thing now. You ready?"
The big thing.
she makes the pig snout and she goes like that.
he smiles. He'll like touch her nose and be like, Piglet.
That's me.
That's more like it.
And she'll like probably do a few different things. Yay, the baby likes me. I've gained the baby's trust. I'm throwing the air again.
I'm gonna throw him in the
Yeah, she's gonna change her face in front of a few other things. To a few other things.
Everything she changes to, he'll laugh and then name that animal. Or
Aw.
so like if like it's a duck, he'll say duck or cow. Cow.
He's a very smart boy. He knows a lot of words.
He is very smart.
I wasn't that smart when I was his age. I don't think I'm that smart today.
No, I don't think you are. No offense, one. And by the way, as she's playing with the kid, every now and again, she kind of looks at Aika and smiles.
Juan will
I got
whisper
baby
to
fever. I got baby fever now.
Ajika. Hey, I think I know what she might want as a wedding gift.
Luke's gonna tug on Aika's pants and be like, babies?
Aika kind of pats Luke on the shoulder, and he says, "I'm sure that is certainly up for discussion, but that's not for something for you, little one, to worry about right now. Right now, you should just enjoy the party. Yes."
I want friends.
Oh. All right, take this kid home. He's mine now.
With this, there's a pop, and Chance lands on Luke's shoulder, and it's kind of funny because Chance on Levi is very different from Chance on this 1-year-old baby. So he's actually more like a doll on Luke. And he says,
Hey, Chance!
and I think I'd like to believe that Chance and Luke have a rapport. I'd like to believe that Chance have definitely become very close over the years. And then he says, "What do my eyes see here? What if it isn't the prince himself? Luke! Good to see ya! Put her there," he says as he holds up a high five.
Hi, Chance.
"Well, hello there, little Luke. Looks like you're growing pretty large there. Pretty soon, you're going to be just as big as your dad Levi was."
Like, we don't touch that subject.
Right now I'm not about it, but later I'm gonna yell at you about it when I get old.
Chance feels a little bit awkward because it's, well, say, you see that cake over there? It looks absolutely delicious. What does the cake look like, Roxana, out of character?
The cake. Now, the cake is huge. It's massive. It's far too big for the amount of gifts they have.
Okay.
I would say Aika's mom made it.
Okay.
And it's very
Nice.
very beautifully decorated with like those like beads and like lots of piping and stuff for the icing. And I will say that it is predominantly white, maybe with little bits of like off-white and yellow on it. So
I'm thinking if Aika's mom made it, it's probably spiced.
yeah,
I think it's like a spiced cake of
So
some
I
sort.
imagine it's like really cinnamon, like
Yeah.
maybe it's like pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I think it's very aromatic. Like even just walking by it, you can just smell a very pleasant cinnamon,
so
spicy, sugary cinnamon, spicy, and everything nicey kind of thing. So, and I'm going to say that the cake itself has also been enchanted. So, I think that it's got little decorated around it. It's got like little pigs that are like oinking, little dancing around in the frosting. Yes. And I'm going to say that at the very top of the cake, where you have, Roxy and Aika, and of course the topper has Roxy and Aika figures that are like moving and like waving at the guests as they walk by. But they are the top tier is in the shape of a cauldron, a bubbling cauldron, and it's actually bubbling caramel that's just flowing over the sides of the cake, and it is gorgeous, beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Do you see that cake? It says, I betcha that I can eat more cake than you can, little Luke.
No way.
Oh, is it a challenge, I say?
Yes.
Well, challenge accepted. We shall see who ends up winning.
Just don't get the stomachache, both of you.
He says, today is a day of partying. Today is a day of indulging. Tell me, Luke, if you win, what will you get?
More cake?
I love this kid.
All right.
Best.
Then I'll say, if I win, then we'll say you and Leia will have to do a special dance in front of everyone on the dance floor.
Okay.
All right. So eventually, let me just establish this before I forget. So eventually, the cake will be served. Not right now, but I would like for Luke to roll me a stamina roll, please.
Oof. Obviously, like a baby kid stamina, right? Not my stamina.
Yeah, I would say subtract 2. Or subtract 4. Subtract 4, you're a baby. Now, the thing is, his stamina is not that great
4.
either. Okay.
You barely got me.
Slightly more. He got a 5. So,
Can we say real quick, Hark, while they're walking away to the like wherever the cake area?
yeah.
Before he takes a few steps and then he'll turn and go back to Rox and hug her around her leg and be like, I'm happy for you.
I love this kid. She's going to very gently give him a hug back, and she'll just say, "Thank you very much, Luke. Now, if you don't get a stomachache, that means that you didn't win the competition. Eat as much as you like."
Okay. And then he's gonna turn and run to the cake.
Right, you're gonna make the kid cry. Best auntie ever.
Worst auntie ever.
Meanwhile, Albion is looking for his dad, and he will find Augustus Mermont, and he seems to be chatting with somebody, an official somebody. And I'm gonna say roll a history check.
Does it have anything to do with the Ministry of Magic? Because I do have a specific Ministry of Magic knowledge.
Yes.
All right. Oh, sorry, wrong tab.
Come on, Albion, come
20.
on.
20. You recognize this gentleman as Friedrich Foggybottom. He is Friedrich Foggybottom, and Friedrich Foggybottom is a very close colleague to Augustus Mermont, and they seem to be in deep conversation when you approach. And Augustus will say, "Oh, there you are, Albion. You remember Mr. Foggybottom?"
Yes, and he'll bow. And are they seated at a table? Or are they just chatting, like standing up?
I think they're chatting, standing up. They're probably having a drink,
Okay.
like a glass of wine or something.
Yeah, I'll bow. Hi,
Albion.
Mr. Foggybottom.
Albion, he says, it's quite an honor being in the presence of a war hero.
Al's face turns a little blush. Yeah, that's still catches me off guard when people talk about that. But thank you. I just acted like I think anyone in my position should have, and tried to make the decisions I thought were best.
It's a deep honor. You wear it with pride, Friedrich Foggybottom says.
Al will just kind of nod politely, trying to not continue into the topic too much.
Augustus says, yes, well, Friedrich and I were talking about several things, including a great opportunity for you, Albion. Great opportunity for you to really stretch your political wings in the Ministry of Magic.
Oh, what sort of opportunity would that be?
He says, we're looking for someone in the ministry who can endorse a particular project. And I thought you would be the perfect candidate for it. Just something simple that I think would give you some practice to be in the public eye and public speaking. And I think that it would be something that would greatly benefit not just the magical community, but even the Muggle community as well. Friedrich will say, I will let you explain to your son. I'm going to go and get another drink. Can I get you some more wine, Augustus? Yes, of course, Friedrich. Thank you. I appreciate that. And with that, Friedrich Foggybottom will leave.
Foggybottom.
And that Friedrich Foggybottom, by the way, is a name that Mikey came up with when he came to visit me, because I kid you not, one of the subway stations here in Washington, D.C. is Foggybottom. So we thought, that's got to be somebody's last name in the wizarding world. So he came up with Friedrich Foggybottom. And he says, Augustus kind of goes over to Albion and he sort of wraps an arm around him and he says, now, Albion, this is a project that I think you could easily take to heart, because it's actually something that is a continuation, a legacy that was left from your...
Al kind of winces at the name a little bit. Okay, what is it? What is it dealing with?
Before Asa passed away, her parents had discovered some notes in her room, something that was caught wind by potion makers and herbology makers. It seems that this was something that she had intended on doing as her senior project in class and was thinking of submitting it to the Ministry of Magic eventually. Well, it seems that because of her legacy, we have been able to create a new potion that is said to cure sexual abnormalities. Just think, he says, this is something that everyone in the community, witches, wizards, muggles alike, could deeply benefit from. And I thought you, Albion, would be the perfect person who could endorse this particular new product, he says with a grin, clutching you around around the shoulder.
Well, that came out of left field, out of character.
I'm sure that Asa would be very proud to have you being able to see this project through.
Al is stunned. He's just kind of staring at his father. He'll sigh. You know, I came over here to apologize to you, Dad, about...
Apologize for what? He looks at you strangely and says, apologize to me about what, son?
You know, I never gave you enough credit when it comes to the work you do. I dismissed politics and just thought that it was a bunch of people making decisions for what was best for them. And with what happened in the past few years and all the decisions I had to make, I realized how tough it can be sometimes for people in your position. And I wanted to apologize for that. But at the same time, Dad, I don't think you and I hold the same values in some areas.
He says, well, I'm sure we're going to differ in some areas, but where does this come?
I don't know, Dad. I if you thought that this project was something that I would want to work on, I guess you maybe don't know me as well as I thought you did.
He says, I don't understand, Albion. The last year, you have become exactly who I pictured you would be. Finally, you're embracing your full potential. I have not been this proud of you as much as I have in years. I don't understand what you're saying here.
Like I said, I think maybe you're not seeing the deeper picture here, Dad.
Son, what exactly are you trying to tell me? He says, and at that point his face starts looking like, you know, is there something you want to tell me? Because if it is, spit it out.
You know, plants, when they grow, Dad, they don't pick the direction they grow. They grow in the direction of the sun. They face the sun. It's what gives them what they need. And I think I've found my son. I think I've found the direction of what makes me happy.
And that is?
Al will kind of nod. He's probably still got a little bit of a champagne glass if the toast has already happened or something of that sort. He has a drink in his hand and he'll nod his head in the direction of the table where Finn and the rest of them are sitting. And he'll just say, he's my son, Dad.
I have noticed that he's been living at our household for quite some time now. I thought that he was hiding out during the war, and yet, after the war was over, he still seemed to hang out quite a lot with you. What exactly is your relationship with that young man?
Al kind of lets out a nervous laugh at that point. I don't know. I don't know what to call it, Dad, but I thought maybe as a father, you just picked up on the underlying stuff here, the connection I had with him. I know I didn't tell you, and that was another reason I wanted to come over here and apologize. But if you're thinking that this new bill or this new potion is something I'd want to work with, then maybe you've been lying to yourself about things, or maybe I just needed to be more blunt.
I admit I had certain suspicions over the last year, and I was thinking that maybe if you took some time to expose yourself to alternatives to your situation, you might be willing to see the other side of things and see what other opportunities can be for you. This is a very pivotal moment in your life, son. You have just reached adulthood, and it's time for you to make some very important choices that will define who you are. You have been moving at a very, very good track from what I can see, and I don't want you to blow any opportunities.
Yeah, I guess I do have a lot of decisions to make then, Dad, because if I have to compromise who I am to continue on this path, then it's not the path I want to take. That's where my anger for you always came, Dad. I watched people in your positions and people in the ministry turn into people that I didn't think that they would like if they truly looked at themselves. That's the part of you that I always had a time loving as a father. And that's the part of me I'm not going to let happen.
Are you ashamed, Albion? Are you ashamed about something with me?
Ashamed of you? Sorry.
You just said that you look at people like myself and thinking that they have become people that they wouldn't like. I honestly don't feel that way. I like who I've become. I think I've become extremely successful. You have lived a very comfortable life all your life, and that's because of my hard work. I just want you to be able to continue down that trajectory so that you can continue with yourself and your family and possible children, he says, nudging a little bit towards your direction.
I'm not ashamed of you, Dad. I don't know. We all make mistakes, and I guess I wish I could say that I thought you maybe felt a little more regret for some of the things you've done.
Like what, for example? What do you think I would have had regret for?
I don't know, Dad. I was young, but even in my childhood, I just always sensed a sadness in Mom. And
no, he says, don't you dare bring your mother into this conversation. And you can tell that you just hit a nerve because you're talking about regret. And the moment you bring up his mom, like that definitely was a combination that he was not prepared to talk about.
I'm not trying to upset you, Dad. I truly came over here because I thought things with us had evolved to a different level. I thought I was able to put some of the anger I always held with you away, and I think I have, but I think this conversation made me realize that we're still very different people, Dad. And I'll always appreciate your input and your guidance, but I may not always take it. And I don't think this opportunity is one that I could ever take. And I hope you forgive me for that, because I know what you want from me, and I know you want me to be successful, but I know myself, and I won't be successful in that opportunity.
Well, I have to say, Albion, I'm very disappointed. I don't know where to go from here. He starts looking towards Finn's direction. Whatever you have with that young man, I know you said that you are not going to take my guidance to heart all the time. but I highly, highly suggest that you consider not sharing this aspect of yourself to very many people, because it can definitely hurt you greatly. Things are going to be very difficult for you if you continue down this path. I am merely trying to give you a way out. As much as you probably are not happy with this particular new invention, it can benefit a lot of people worldwide. The suicide rate alone is at an all-time high. Think how many lives something like this could save. Think how many families could be repaired by something like this. Now, if you feel that you are above such things, that's fine. We can find somebody else to endorse such a product. I think, though, that you will deeply regret choosing this route in life.
Like I said, Dad, that's where I think you don't know me very well. I need to go. He'll politely bow to his father.
You will go, and while you're leaving, Finn actually will glance up and he will notice that Augustus is looking right at him in the eye, and Finn kind of returns the gaze at him back. And there's like an unspoken, there seems to be like an unspoken conversation going on between the two of them before they break eye connection from each other and turn back to do whatever it is they were doing before. Where's Albion going?
He's headed right to Finn.
He goes over to Finn, and Finn like turns up, looks up to Albion, and he says, "Hey, you okay? You look upset."
Yeah, maybe now's not the best place to talk about it, but my dad, just when I think things have a little glimmer of hope, he always finds that way to remind me why the two of us will probably never see eye to eye.
Al says, "I'm ready to listen whenever you're ready, whenever you are." In the meantime, he reaches over across the table. "Have some cake?"
Please, and I will take it and start eating.
He'll start eating, and Finn will just take his hand and put just give your back a reassuring rub. So, music starts playing, and it's time for Aika and Roxana to have their first dance. They're gonna
Roll
go ahead
performance, critical one. Just break your leg.
Actually, yeah, roll me an acrobatics, please, or perform dance, whichever you'd want to use. And because it's your wedding day, take advantage. Take advantage. It's your wedding day. Take advantage.
Then she might not break her leg.
Yeah, they will have this lovely semi-choreographed dance. The crowd loves it. And then they're going to bring on everybody else to come onto the dance floor. And Chance will go up to wherever the... they don't have a microphone, but they have like the spell that lets you amplify your voice. And it will say, "Attention, attention everyone! We have a special dance performance performed by both Luke and Leia Lionheart. If you could all turn your attention to the dance floor." And Luke and Leia are brought over to the center of the dance floor, and Leia looks at you and says, "What now?"
Yes, we dance.
And Leia just starts kind of like doing like whatever, like waving her arms around, you know. There's no like real rhyme or reason to it. She's a little coordinated than Luke, though. The crowd is like loving it. This is like the most adorable thing. Maybe I'm gonna say that Finn goes over laughing and he starts like mimicking what the little kids are doing. And he's just like smiling and laughing. This big burly man mimicking what this little one-year-olds are doing is kind of cute. And everyone kind of joins in. And there's like great applause. Finally, it's time for the speeches.
Oh, God.
So, in the interest of time, we're going to just glaze over Kwame's speech. It's going to be very heartwarming. He's just going to talk about them growing up and how supportive a brother Aika's been, and all that good stuff. It's very like emotional, heartwarming, with a little bit of humor to it. And then Roxana, she will be up for Natasha to give her speech. And she's gonna say, yeah, so kind of like my sister said earlier, don't expect my speech to be better than Kwame's, but I'm going to give it a try. I mean, I went in Koldovsterets, I was in the court of the sky, so I suppose I'm expected to be a pretty good public speaker, so... Roxy, I know that growing up with me, well, actually with both of your siblings, was not the easiest thing. I know that Alec and I definitely made things very challenging for you. But to be fair, you definitely challenged us probably way more. Let's be honest here. And Aika's laughing. I know that I can sometimes be a little bit of a pain in the butt. And I'm not gonna promise that that's ever gonna change completely. But I think that despite all of the shenanigans, despite all of the slam doors, despite all of the times that we've yelled about how much we hate each other, we've always somehow been able to come back and just be sisters. And I'm sitting here and I'm seeing you with your new husband, and you look so happy. And if you were to ask me 5 years ago how I would feel about you getting married before me, I admit I probably would have been really jealous and upset and envious. But I don't know, there's just something about just seeing you so happy that I just can't help but feel so happy for you. I guess what I'm trying to say, Rox, is that our family has been through a lot, and I know that you have taken on so much responsibility, and I know that this huge step in your life is just going to be one of many more that you're going to be taking. So, we're not kids anymore. We're about to go into this brave new world. After the last year, there's a lot of changes that's happening, but for some reason I feel like between the three of us Shvets kids, I feel like you're the one that's going to be on top for some reason. You're the one who always had the most logical, reasonable head on your shoulders. And to be honest, I think Alec and I have a lot to learn from you. So, congratulations, Roxy. I love you. And I hope that you and Aika have a fantastic life together. And I hope that I will be able to annoy the snot out of your kids too. So, to Roxy and Aika, everyone, she says as she raises up her glass. And everyone says, to Roxy and Aika.